98% of data science projects fail to deliver business ROI. And one of the big reasons is because so many data scientists are distracted by complex tools like Kubernetes, TensorFlow, or NLP instead of solving business problems. As a result, so many of them are considering switching into data engineering roles just to feel more secure and more productive. I mean, this is like a skyscraper architect who becomes a carpenter just to see the quick results. So in this video, I will share three critical gaps why data scientists fail in business, causing this career switch into data engineering roles, along with the exact mindsets for you to succeed as a data scientist in the business world. So after more than 5 years of experience in solving business problems as a data scientist, I've seen the same pattern again and again, especially through this LinkedIn post. In data engineering, success is straightforward. Basically, you design pipelines, you build infrastructure, and you move the data. But in data science, success exists in the gray area because you need to design experiment, you collect the data, you analyze the data, but it doesn't always guarantee for success. But still, you need to convince and influence people with your data analysis. Therefore, without the right mindset, data scientists can go back to their comfort zone. That is doing more coding, more infrastructure, but less business impact. So suddenly they realize that they're just data engineering instead of solving business problems. So there are three critical gaps behind these issues, and fixing them will determine if you can stay and become a business-oriented data scientist or you move into data engineering roles. There are countless machine learning algorithms out there that promise high accuracy, but still, without supporting the business goals, even the most advanced model means nothing. In other words, machine learning algorithm is just your navigation map. Why machine learning algorithm is not enough for you? The truth is that machine learning is just theoretical, and nobody really cares from the business team which algorithm that you want to use. For example, XGBoost as the top machine learning algorithm doesn't always translate perfectly in the production or in the monthly business activities, but often a simpler model like logistic regression can still deliver a consistent and reliable results to the business team. Why is that the case? Because machine learning is heavily influenced by the external factors. For example, a sudden behavioral change during the COVID-19 pandemic period, which significantly altered the expected results. So the bottom line is that no model could fully anticipate those drastic changes. Sometimes only God knows what will happen next. So what should you do instead to ensure that the machine learning algorithm follows the business objective? In my experience, I would focus on using a simple and interpretable models like logistic regression. But more importantly, I would also emphasize on the data analysis and visualization to extract insights or to find the new business information that support the decision making and to ensure continuous value delivery. The reason is because once the model is deployed in the monthly business activities, then data scientists must ensure that the models stays on the track. So this is the real example on how data analysis can support the data science project to ensure value creation. So in my past project, I developed a credit scoring model in order to support risk management policy within the company. Later on, my model was successfully deployed by the business team to prioritize the loan collection visit or to prioritize highly potential default members to perform the loan collection or loan repayment. So later on, the senior leadership team asked me whether the model can still reduce the cost of the collection, but still maintaining the overall profitability. So to do this, I use a SQL data analysis, mostly using joins, common table expression or CTE, and Windows function, because data analysis will always involve combining multiple data sources into ones. In the end, I found out that sending WhatsApp blasts as part of reminding customer to perform the loan collection or loan repayment was redundant if a direct visit had already been made to that customer. So the key takeaways is that data science isn't just about building models all the time, because a simple model and strong data analysis and easy explanation can still provide value to the company, like the cost-saving opportunity. So this is the first mindset that you need to have in order to be a successful data scientist in the business world. So what about you? Do you feel sometimes you have been focusing too much on algorithms instead of business impact? If that's the case, what's the one thing that you would like to do differently in the future? Please share your thoughts in the comments below and let's learn from each other. So while data engineers can fine-tune the machine learning parameters to deliver quick wins, like faster reports or building a real-time dashboard, data science projects often take longer duration, sometimes up to a year, to see the real impact. It's like planting a seed, waiting for the oak tree to grow. So why does data science project success take so long to get the desired result? The reason is because data science is probabilistic. It is not deterministic. That means the success depends on the time, data maturity, and data reliability. Its impact is often indirect at the beginning, but it definitely helps improving business decision-making quality and the confidence level for the senior leadership team to take action, such as creating a disruption to reduce manpower while increasing sales volume. For example, from a credit scoring model deployed in the monthly basis activities, it may show a little revenue traction at the beginning. But after months of adjustment and learning, the sales volume or the revenue will start to grow exponentially. This is similar to financial investment, where patience is required to see the long-term results. In other words, the data science project success comes through ongoing iteration or continuous improvement instead of one-time delivery. So how does the data scientist drive the business team to cultivate the patience to see the long-term results? From my past experience, the key is to always ask a powerful business question, such as, what would happen if the business continued to operate without the data science model deployed? So this will enforce the business team to recognize the value of the data science model. And this will also ensure that they have the patience to wait, waiting for their dream becoming a reality. Additionally, you can set a 3, 6, and 12 months project milestone to plan and to track the progress. For example, in the first 3 months, starts with the model acceptance with a great accuracy. And then after 6 months, demonstrate that the model can be deployed in the business activities through backtesting process with the historical data. And then after 12 months, with the model deployment, demonstrate that the model can bring the real business impact. In a nutshell, the second mindset that you need to have is to persuade people to take a risk, to embrace uncertainty, and to see the long-term result. So if you want to become the kind of data scientist who thinks in business impacts, not just lists of tools, please join my free newsletters. So every week I will share one practical insight from influencing stakeholders to driving measurable results. And when you do sign up, you will get one free PDF guideline about how data scientists should think. Basically, this is the exact framework mindset that helped me to deliver highly impactful project in the past. The link is already in the video description below. So the third gap skill is the lack of collaboration. So unlike data engineers who can work more independently, data science projects often fail because of weak collaboration. In other words, as a data scientist, you cannot just sit in front of laptop. So why do you need backup or collaboration? As a data scientist, you know the data in and out, like the size, recency, or how to interpret statistically. But remember, you don't know the field execution or the market condition, because these two are well known to the business users because they are exposed to the monthly business activities. So as a data scientist, if you just sit around in front of a laptop, your solution can be technically correct, but it doesn't make sense. For example, your solution might suggest that the marketing loan cannot be offered for younger customer below 25 years old, because as a result, the credit risk default will be much more likely to increase. But for a business team who are very aggressive in their business growth, in their strategy, my solution can be considered as hindering the business growth. So without the business input, then your solution will be out of touch. So what is the real risk of presenting data without backup? Without backup, you will damage your own credibility. At best, the business team will laugh at you. At worst, they won't trust you anymore. I've been there. Trust me, don't follow my footsteps. So at that time, I was very overconfident to present my solution to the CEO without backup, without support from my manager. And the CEO wasn't satisfied with my solution. And I had to find another job. It was a low moment of my life. But that moment taught me a very important lessons that technical skills alone are not enough. Collaboration does. So how to mitigate this risk? To do so, you should get allies as early as possible in the beginning of the data science project, like from your peers or the marketing team stakeholders. Basically, you need somebody else to champion your idea. In my case, I started by asking the business KPI goals, for example, on how to achieve a monthly sales volume target, and I built my models around that KPI to increase monthly sales volume. And then I communicated as often as possible regarding the results from my model to the business team. And I also consulted with the risk management team to ensure that my solution is still within the acceptable risk tolerance while still maintaining a business growth. So when multiple departments back up your idea, it will be a mutual solution, and your solution will be approved for sure by the senior leadership team. Ultimately, the third mindset that you need to have is to be a team builder, like a conductor who brings the entire musical orchestra into a harmony. By the way, if you find this video information helpful, please consider subscribing into my channel so that you won't miss what's coming next on the tips on how to succeed as a data scientist in the business world. Now, if you'd like to get a real data science hands-on experience to turn data analysis into actionable insights, consider watch my next video to learn powerful SQL technique in Windows Function to extract hidden information, especially on how to boost marketing sales revenue from a case study using a Kaggle dataset.